Bum bum. How's it going? How's it going? Yes, your boy here, TJ. Right, we are live and we talking anything and everything real estate on here. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys about time. 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 Yeah, a lot of us we say that we don't have time, right? You know, we are busy in our employment. We are busy looking after the kids. We are busy with the church things. We are busy with the family, and this and this. Someone else wants me to do A, B, C, D. So you are continuously busy. But none of us are busy in our business, and that is the business of real estate. Yo, it's a painful exercise, but I just want to talk about it today. In the next 15 minutes, if you give me your ear, we're going to talk about this thing. But whilst we are talking about it, the one thing that I would like us to do by the end of this live, right? By the end of this live, what I would like you to do is that I would like to join you, or should I say, I would like you to join me on the 17th of July. It's going to be a day before my birthday, and I've got a webinar. And in the comments, I am going to share with you guys. Yeah, in the comments, I am going to share with you guys a link, and in that link, you can literally join in to join me on that webinar. What is the webinar all about? It is about starting your business. How do you start your business in real estate? So something that's very important. A lot of people think that they don't have the time to start a business. A lot of people think that they don't have the time to even look for opportunities. I'm going to tell you guys a story. From the time when I was down and out, number one, I was staying here in South Africa, but I was working in Africa. So the mandate of my employer stipulated that at least 2 to 3 weeks I need to be out of the country. So which meant that each time I am wanting to do some business in my business of property, I had to be in the country for me to do that, isn't it? Because you have to go and view properties and things like that. But because of my employment, I could have said that it does not allow me. Because why? Because I work for an international company that wants me to be out of the country. And for that reason, I don't have time to look for opportunities. That was one. And then the second thing is that when I do come back and when I'm in South Africa, I could say to people, you know what? I couldn't go out and look for opportunities because each time I'm in the country, it's either I'm preparing to go to another country or I am here in the country and I haven't spent time with my family. So I need to spend time with my family. These are all excuses, ladies and gentlemen. These are excuses that you and I will put on ourselves so that we don't put the important things up in front. But guess what? I didn't take those things. I said to myself, no, I am not going to look at those opportunities as an excuse. I did say correctly. I'm not going to look at those opportunities of excuses because some of us, we are so in the opportunities of finding excuses. I cannot. When are we going to say I can? When are we going to say I have the time? So I currently read an average of a book a month. How do I do it? Right? Back in the days when I was employed, I'm going to speak to when I was employed because a lot of people, they're still employed and they're still in a job somewhere else. Where do you find the time? And I'm going to talk to it now when I am now no longer employable, because I'm a businessman now, right? Boom, boom, right? So let's talk about it. When I was employed, I think it used to take me around about 30 to 45 minutes for me to get to work. What did I used to do with that time? I would listen to a book, right? Or not even listen to a book. I would read a book. I would opt to take the public transport. I had a car, but I would walk to the taxi rank, jump in a taxi, and I would literally walk. I would literally walk to my taxi rank. and the taxi would take around about 40 minutes to get to my place or destination. Someone asked me at one point, it says, TJ, you're taking a taxi. Oh, the risk of taking a taxi. They didn't know that in the time of me taking a taxi, someone else is driving for me, and I'm getting to my place or destination, and I have just consumed a lot of data in my head. Hey, you might not need to take a taxi. Recently, I took an Uber and I went to someone's house, and this was shortly before COVID. And he says to me, TJ, you don't drive. And I said, it's a waste of time. I don't like driving, because if I drive, I'm concentrating on driving for that time. I would rather be doing some work in the background while someone else is driving for me. So that's my new thing. If I can, I take an Uber. And what do I do in the meantime? I concentrate on what I need to do. Or even just dead still, nothing, silence, meditating to where I'm going. Where I'm going, I know it's about 20 minutes. So what am I going to do? I'm going to meditate, shut down my brain for like 30 minutes. I'm going to tell that, brah, I don't want to talk. And then I just meditate. I take my place to another different place. What am I doing? I'm utilizing the time that I've got to an optimum position, whether it's reading a book, whether it's listening to a book, whether it is just harnessing my mind. And there you are, you say to yourself, I don't have time. I've just given you time. Well, another one, in today's life, I wake up every day and I've got an hour to exercise. And this hour is not exercising to, you know me, I'm skinny guy. I'm not, like Mr. Muscle. I'm not that guy, right? But I take like a 5 kilometer walk. Within this 5 kilometer walk, 5K's walk, it can be a run or it can be a walk. It generally takes me about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. If I'm like doing like solid running, it takes me like 30, 45 minutes. But what am I doing in that time? I am listening to something. It may be a podcast. It might be a book. It might be something that is helping me right here. Right? So my mind is being trained, whilst my body is being trained as well. By the time I get home, my wife is so happy because I'm training both muscles. Yeah, I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it. So you say to yourself, TJ, I don't have time to do ABCD. I don't have time to do a business. Saturday morning, what are you doing? So this webinar that I'm talking about, it's going to be on a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. In the link, so you can click on it and you can register. So we need your email address and you need your cell phone number. I'm going to call you on Friday and I'm like, say, Brian, you coming through. But this webinar is not just for everyone. It's for people that are wanting to start a business. So if you're struggling with time right now and you're thinking that time is an issue, then you want to come to that webinar. Because I'm going to show you some tricks. I've given you a trick already right now on how you can navigate the issue of time. But what about if you got kids at home? How are you going to navigate this? What about if you've got a missus or you've got a husband or whatever the case is? How are you going to navigate that? Because all of these things are things that hinder us from growing or from getting to the next step. Oh, TJ, you don't understand. You know what? By the time I am done with work, I just want to get home and crash. Oh, really? Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to ask you a question. Is that what you want to do for the rest of your life? You go to work and you come home and you crash every Monday to Sunday or Saturday or Friday, whatever you work on. You come back and you crash. How about you tell yourself that you need to be learning at least 2 hours. At the moment, my learning time is around about 2 hours a day of learning, right? That's my learning time. Where do I find the time when I'm also running a business? Well, I've just given you 1 hour where I run. In the evening, my wife knows, right? My kids knows. Daddy, at a particular time in the night, it can be 9 to 10, it can be 8 to 9 o'clock, but it doesn't matter. You find your sport that you are going to learn. You block that in the calendar. You don't watch news. You don't watch any of these soapies that come out on TV, Netflix, and all of those things. You block them out, but guess what? You're not blocking them out for the rest of your life. You're just blocking them out for now. And what is the now? Whilst you are building, whilst you are coming up. I didn't build a business from watching Netflix. I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got 200 tenants, 300 student accommodations, beds that we're managing across the country. Not just managing, we own them as well. So how did I figure that out? I started prioritizing my time. When do I say, I'm going to pick up the phone? Where's my phone? Forgotten where my phone is, right? I don't even know where my phone is. Maybe some of you have called me. You can't get hold of me. Because it's not my time to be calling, to be picking up the phone. Like when everyone else calls me, it doesn't mean that I have to talk to them. No, it doesn't mean that, right? Of course, I've got important calls that I'm going to receive, but it doesn't necessarily mean that each time you get a phone call, it's a time waster. Sometimes some people you don't have to answer. They're just talking about rubbish. What is that rubbish doing? It is taking time away from what is important for you to do. So I'm going to give you a few tips. And within these tips, I know that they're going to help you. But above that, I am just preparing you so that you can be a master in terms of running a business or scaling a business. I'm just giving you some tips here, right? The first thing that you need to do is that you need to create time. You actually need to know, like, I've got this much time in a day. And within this time in a day, this is my most productive time in a day. Could be in the morning, could be late in the evening. I don't know. We all work differently. But within that chunk of time, it might be 10 hours. So number one, how many hours are you physically working? How many hours? If you're working, like if you got no any other side hustle, right? Or should I say you've got nowhere else where you're getting money from besides your employment or besides your business, and you've got nothing else, and you are not working a minimum of 12 hours in a day, like physically working, then you're playing. I did say that. A minimum of 12 hours, then you're playing, right? You gotta be working round about like from 7 in the morning. I'm just giving you an indication, and all the way to round about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, right? You still have time for your boo. It's another hour. Doesn't take you an hour anyways. Just saying, right? And then over and above that, I'm not saying that you need to do this every day. So let's come back to the 12 hours. 12 hours, you got 12 hours. That's the 12 hours that you're going to say, I am going to dedicate to work this. How much time are you going to give your employer? 10 hours maybe. How much time are you going to give your business? Maybe 10 hours. 10 solid hours, you pump gut. Pump. You pump it. You're left with 2 hours. Find the 2 hours. What are you going to do with those 2 hours? Learn. Right now, I've taken 15 minutes of your time, but I'm glad that I'm giving you value. The value is, that's what you're learning. So what other videos can you consume? That's another question. To learn, right? What can you read? A book to learn. What movie can you watch which is educational, not just poof, and not just drama, skimiami and all of this, and not all of those things. Value adding things that's going to give you money tomorrow. I'm hoping that this has been of value to you. But over and above that, I want to challenge you to say, guys, anyone can start a business. You can start a business. Anyone who's got a business right now and you're feeling like your property investment journey is not growing into the next level that you're looking for. Maybe you've got 3 properties, maybe you've got 4 properties, whatever the case is, maybe 4 or 5, and you want to take it to the next level. I want you to be in this webinar, because this webinar is about people starting off their property business and scaling it. Like how do you go past 200? How do you go past 300 beds? How do you do it? I've got the recipe. I've been doing it. You've seen me doing it. I'm a total underdog. My team and I, we're total underdogs. We're coming in, we're crushing it. I want to help you to crush it. So me and you, we are going to start off like, so we are starting off. The starting off is joining the webinar. That's the starting off. And there's a series of sessions that we are going to be having. And in the webinar, I'll tell you of the next session on when we are going to have it. And we can take it to the next level where you can earn income in your business, in your property business. Whether you can surpass your income of your employment, and whether you can create a business that employs other people. I now employ just about 50 people, right? I'm not different from you. You can do it. Come on. You can surpass me. That's what happens. When you teach other people, they surpass you, right? So I want to help you. And for me, allow me to help you by signing up for the webinar. And then on the 17th of July, me and you, we see each other in the class and we just take it to the next level, man. There is nothing that we're waiting for here. It is I, your boy, TJ. I'll check you out on the next video. Cheers.